looking to make a move into Leisure World in Seal Beach, California? Well, today I'm going to drive you around Leisure World, show you some of the sights, and if you stick around to the end, you're going to get to see a good bit of what Leisure World's all about. So let's get into it right now. All right, so we are approaching the front gate of Leisure World. I've got to show my pass, my huge Leisure World real estate realtor pass. Yeah, I'm going to go straight. You have to wait for their instruction because if you don't, it can get confusing up here. So pay attention. So we're going down right now. We're on Golden Rain. Leisure World is part of a HOA is called the Golden Rain Foundation. So a lot of things in here, like this street right here is Golden Rain. So on the right side, you have a little golf course. One of the things that people really love about Leisure World is there's so many things to do. For seniors in here, homes inside of Leisure World, you can buy a one-bedroom unit for, I'm going to say starting about $275, and it goes up to probably about $675. And the real difference is, at $275 you're probably looking at a one-bedroom. $675 you're looking at like a corner unit that's fully, that you won't even know you're in Leisure World. I mean, they are incredible. So over here on the right, looks like they're having an event out here. This is where the stock transfer office is. You have one of their community centers here, and there's a few community centers in Leisure World. There's pools back here. There's an amphitheater back behind this building. There's a pharmacy and a little medical clinic over here too. And this is all part of Leisure World. So, when you move in here, you get access to a lot of these things. By the way, Leisure World, in case I didn't mention it earlier, which I don't think I did, is an all-cash community too, because you're basically buying into a stock cooperative, or you're buying stock in the corporation is what you're doing. So because of that, the good thing is that Leisure World maintains all the units, appliances, if they are standard Leisure World appliances. Some of the appliances are look like they're from the 70s, but they do. Oh, I just went the wrong way. Let me turn this thing around before I say I'm over here talking and going the wrong way. But this is, right now we're out in front of the stock transfer office. So when you go to buy a unit in Leisure World, the process basically goes like this. You find the unit you want, you put in an offer. Once you put in the offer, escrow is going to ask you for all your financials, because they want to make sure that you qualify financially to pay the monthly HOA fees, which are in the neighborhood of $450 a month, and the taxes. And depending on the price of your unit, you're looking at about a 1.1% tax. So if you buy a unit for $300,000, you're looking at an additional $300 a month. So total every month, you're looking at probably about, on a $300,000 unit, you're probably looking at somewhere in the neighborhood of $750 a month to live here. So they want to make sure that you can afford it. And then once that happens, once you clear that, they have a scoring system. So once you hit their minimum score at least, then they'll move on to the next phase, which is you'll actually go into escrow. Once you go into escrow, they will set you up with interviews with the HOA president, and you kind of have a few steps. Once you hit the interview, you have to wait 3 weeks before you can actually close. So the process takes a little bit longer to move in than a normal escrow or something that you might be used to, just because there's all these different steps you have to go through. Real quick, if this is your first time to the channel, subscribe and tap the notification bell so that you'll be the first to know about the real estate market in Southern California. My name is Steve Batiz, and I'm the broker owner of NextHome West Realty, and we get calls, emails, and texts every single day from people just like you looking to make their move into Southern California. So if that's you, don't be shy. Give me a call, send me a text, or shoot me an email. I'd love to help you make a smooth transition into the area. So now on the right here, you can see what the parking looks like. So all the units have a parking space here, and in the back of the parking space, not sure if you can see it, but there's little storage cabinets in the back that you also have access to. So I'd kind of take a look at those. Directly ahead, you have the community church. There was another church back there as we were pulling out of the stock transfer office, or out of that parking lot. We're across from a church, so there are churches in here. There's putting greens, there are clubs, all kinds of different clubs, woodworking shops. I think there's 2 or 3 woodworking shops, and maybe only 2. To the left here, if I were to go that way, I'd go out a side gate, which goes into a parking lot with little shopping center. There's a golf store over there. So if you're into golfing, you're going to go play golf in Leisure World. You need the visor to go with it. Just shoot out the side gate, and there you are. So again, driving back here, you can kind of see some of the units to the right. They're pretty much the same floor plan. So if you have there's basically 1 bedroom, 1 bath. There's 2 bedroom, 1 bath, and there's 2 bedroom, 2 baths. Okay, and most of these down here. All those units, the price is going to depend on what the upgrades in the units are. Also, if they're an end unit, it's going to be more expensive. So some of these, the HOA will let you build out in some of these. There's 17 different mutuals in here, or 17 different HOAs. Some HOAs are a little more strict than others as to what they'll allow you to do. Some of them, you can build out to the sidewalk if you want. You can build out a front porch on them. So it really depends on which HOA you live in, which mutual you live in, as to what they'll allow you to do. So I'm going to go ahead and cut up through here so you can kind of see what it looks like. So on our left side, we're going to have the parking spaces. You also have parking along the right. If you have more than 1 car, then you're obviously going to have to park over here. But you can kind of see over here how some of these units, they'll come right up to the front here. And they're all pretty much, like I said, they're all pretty much the same. Some units have a washer and dryer in the unit. That's an upgrade. It's pretty standard that those units are going to run you about, that upgrade is going to run you about $12,000. And what they do is, if it's a 2-bedroom, they'll take one of the bathrooms. There's a closet, like a storage closet, for towels and stuff like that, and they'll take that out and push it all the way through, and they'll put the stackable washer and dryer in there. If you don't want to do that, no worries. There's a washer and a laundry room on pretty much all of these buildings right here. So it's really close. You might be able to see it on this one. There's kind of at the end of the building. So there's little laundry rooms down at the end of these buildings too, or in the center. Pretty much easy access for a lot of the seniors that live in here. Let's go ahead and go back around to the front because there's a couple of other buildings, a couple of other things I want to show you. And you'll notice some of the residents, they have little decorations and statues out here. This unit down here on the end has a huge front yard to it. Of course, Leisure World maintains all the grounds. They maintain the roofs, the exteriors of the buildings. So once you move in, you're going to be really well taken care of. As you saw on the way in, there's security that roams through Leisure World. You have to get through the gate. That's not to say that things don't happen inside of Leisure World. I don't know, probably about a year and a half ago, there was a guy stealing out of the. He wasn't a resident. It was somebody that came in and was stealing out of the storage units. Pretty sure Seal Beach police caught him because the one thing about Seal Beach that I have to say is the police force in Seal Beach is pretty awesome. They really, really do their job, and they do it well. So we're back on Golden Rain. Again, you can see the street right here. This is, it's a Golden Rain has, this, we're going back towards the front gate, and then, the way we came in is on the other side of these hedges right here. It's not a busy street in comparison to a lot of places, but because these units are along Golden Rain, they're going to be less, usually priced less than, say some of the units that are like in further. And again, I've done videos on. I'll link one at the end of this video on the buying process in Leisure World. So if you want more information on that, just take a look at that video. If you still want more information, you want to look at anything in here, I'm available. Just text me, call me, send me an email, whatever you want to do, and I'd love to help you out. Over here to the left, you can see the aquatic center. So nice pool over there. Then we're going to go back up, and you can see some of these this traffic light right here. It takes a good while, given time for people to walk across. One of the other things I want to point out, and you'll see it in just a second, but once we pass this intersection on the other side of this light pole, the traffic light, you'll see those little orange flags. So those flags are there. And for a long time, I didn't know what it was. I was like, "What is that for?" What they do is the residents will, pick up a flag and walk across the crosswalk, waving the flag, and then when they get to the other side, there's another place to deposit the flag. So, it's kind of cool. All right, we're coming back up to the front gate, and I'm going to go to the right. So as you're coming in the front gate, and if you're looking online, a lot of these, 90% of the units in here are going to be cash only. With the exception, there are 3 buildings, and I'm going to go drive back there right now. You can kind of see one of them on the right here. So there are 3-story buildings on the right that are condominiums. So the difference being, obviously, they're 3 stories and they're, stacked on top of each other in, buildings. You can actually get a mortgage on these. The rest of Seal Beach, you can't do a mortgage. You have to pay cash. But in here, you can do a mortgage, and again, they'll run you through the same qualifying as if you're buying in the rest of the community. But these back here are all condominiums that you can actually get a loan on, and they're really nice. I mean, again, a lot of these units are the same. The difference being, how upgraded the unit is. Pretty much it. So if you find something, and back there, those units, they're ranging from about 450 on up. In Southern California, in Seal Beach, take it from me, that is a bargain. That's a steal. Okay, so if you want to live in this community and don't have $300,000-$400,000 in cash to buy in here, that is definitely an option over there. So now we're going to go back up to the front gate here. I'm going to take a left and I'm going to show you one more thing, different type of unit. Again, we're approaching security. When you get up here, you got to wait for them to signal you through. And it's basically because there's a lot of elderly people that are driving and maybe don't see you, so always keep an eye when you're in Leisure World for that. So what I wanted to show you over here is we also have on our right here, just go ahead and go down here, we have some two-story buildings back here. These are also stock cooperatives, or you basically have to pay cash for them. These units you can get up to 1,200 square feet in these, so these are some of the bigger units in here. The downside is, if you live upstairs or down below someone that's kind of loud, you know how that can be. But I think for the most part, this is a very quiet community. And then over here on this side, these are some of the more expensive units too, because they're like straight in front of us. They're single story. They're like have more greenery around them. They're a little bit bigger. They're a little bit more upgraded than the rest of Leisure World. So, and again, we're back up here on the right. You can also see again some of the two-story buildings. They do have elevators and laundry rooms and the whole 9 yards. And then as we're going back towards the front gate, and again, I've only gone through probably about, I'm going to say, a quarter of Leisure World during this tour. This place is huge. There's like 6,600 units. I think there's about 9,000 people, so there's half of the population of Seal Beach, almost half, lives in this community. So, these units right up here by the front gate, again, are probably going to be less expensive when they hit the market, just because they're by the front gate and a lot of traffic. All right, so as we leave the gate, if you guys need anything, you have any questions, you want to take a look at some units in Seal Beach, if you wanted me to do a video call with you, I'd be more than happy to do it. If you're not in the area, you're just thinking about moving out here, but send me an email, shoot me a text, better yet, give me a call. I would love to help you move into the area. And if you have any questions, you need anything, just reach out, let me know.